Okay, decided to go through some quarter rolls today and see what we can find. There are a variety of errors and different types of quarters throughout since 1938. So you've got the Washington quarters, you've got the state quarters, you've got the Parks quarters, and so people love collecting them. One thing about the quarters is that they've done a really great job in adding things to it. And so there are a variety of errors, but first thing that we look for in the coins that I've been shown and followed is just any kind of silver. And so I've looked through so many rolls and I've basically just given up on finding any silver at all. And I don't think this is silver either, but I wanted to pull this this one out to see what we have here. This is a 67. So if that's visible, but yeah, the 67. I do check the earlier ones, but yeah, usually I don't find anything earlier than 64, 65, and so I'll weigh those just to make sure that they're not silver. But yeah, there's quite a bit to go through, and so I will do that and go through my finds after that, and hopefully we'll find some good stuff. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. So now I've opened up my coin roll that I got from the bank, quarter roll. I got that a few days ago, and now I'm going to go through and check what we have. I have been hunting quarters for a while. I also like to hunt other varieties such as pennies, nickels, dollar coins, and half cents I don't do as much. I know a lot of people on YouTube go through those videos and try to find silver, which is great. I've actually found some silver in some Coinstar machines, so sometimes people just leave the Coinstar, leave their change in the Coinstar machine because the silver doesn't get processed. So I've luckily found one in a Coinstar machine. I was pretty stoked. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to film some videos of that. A lot of European and world currency as well. I collect from those Coinstar machines. So yeah, just whatever you can find. I've been collecting coins, and not for too long, but I've been hunting coins for many years. Just picking up pennies on the street and whatnot, and the machines, just because I like to do it. So anyway, this is the quarter roll, and so I did look for some silver earlier, but there's just no silver to be had. So I have a short on that. The fact that you're just not able to find much silver at all, and I think most of them were taken out of circulation. I hear that some people are able to find a few here and there, but I've never seen one in circulation as of yet. After about 6 months of actively hunting, but you never know. Could probably run into one. I also have a small bank, so maybe if I join one of the bigger banks that have more clients, I can probably get boxes of that. Usually I just go into the bank and get a few rolls in dollar bills. I love getting dollar bills and reviewing those, so check out my other videos on those as well. So as far as the quarters, I'm just going to go through and see what we have here. I'll try to go through these as quickly as possible, but this is a 90s quarter, and let's see, a 66. So this one I will keep. As I stated, the 64 and below, pre-64. So I guess the Washington quarters started in 1932, and they were all made out of silver until 1964. So everything post 64 is made out of clad, and so I like to keep the ones that are right at the transition date and weigh them, make sure that they're not already silver. If you do find one that's after 64 and they weigh the silver weight, then you've got a really valuable coin. But so that's something I'll do, and then I'll also check these for errors. So look for any doubling on the obverse front of the coin or the reverse as well. There's some other errors here that I know that they're out there. They're just not mentioned in the PCGS guide, so I don't know how much weight I'll put on those, but there are quite a few errors that are in the earlier coins and then the later coins as well. So I'm going to keep the 66. I have this discard pile right here. I'm going to put the ones that I don't think are very valuable back into the discard pile. Those will go back to the bank. I just roll them up. Here's a 65, so definitely going to weigh that one, and also check for some double die errors. So doubling on the letters, In God We Trust, and Liberty, and on the dates as well. So yeah, so I'm going to go through these. This is a 70s coin, so it looks like it's pretty nice. It does have some strikes on it, so I'm going to put that to the side though and take a look at it. A 67 also. I'll check it for double die obverse errors on that one. Let's see, this one is a bicentennial, so I do collect the bicentennials. I do have quite a few of them, but I've heard that there are double die errors on the reverse of the coin. And if you get a proof one, that's going to be made out of silver, I believe. So I'll check the mints on that as well. This looks like to be a Denver, so I'm going to keep looking through these. See, here's an 83. So the 83 is the one in the 80s that does have a error on the reverse. It's called the Spitting Eagle. So there could be, I'm not sure if it's a die clash, but something on the beak of the eagle on the back. So that's something to look out for. And that one's pretty good shape, so I'll keep those. I usually keep the earlier ones, and then I go through them later as well. Here's a 90s one, but it's pretty common. It is in pretty good shape, though. So it does have that ring of death on it. So the ring of death is when it was on an end of a coin roll. So those don't do too well, so I usually put those back. So we got some older ones, some ones that are dirty. This is a P though. So this is a state quarter. In the state quarters, I like to go and look through my state books. I have 2 state books. One of them collects P and D mint mark state quarters. So the state quarters were started in 1999 and ended in 2009. But they're really great because they showcase each state and their state motto, and the really high quality ones I'll keep. There's also errors on a lot of these, so I try to keep an eye out on YouTube and see what varieties there are to collect. But I like to collect them because they're just cool and they look really good in a book. So even though it's not a very good quality, I'll still keep it because it has a P mint mark, and I need to check it for my P minted quarters. See, another one here. Sorry about the lighting. I'm not looking at my phone when I do this, so just bear with me here. I'm still a new coin collector. This is a P, Rhode Island, so I'll check that for the book as well. This one is a pretty nice looking New York. It's got some nice luster to it, so I'm gonna keep that one. Let's see, Minnesota as well. Not sure if I have that one, so I'll keep it. The D, oh, it's a nice Virginia. It's got some good luster to it. A little bit of scratches here and there, but I like to keep them if they're good quality. Oh, this one. I'm not sure what this means. I've heard that sometimes people painted the quarters to signify that they maybe gone through it. Maybe they pulled the silver out or something like that. So maybe that's something that you can look out for. I do like to also collect things that just look cool and are different. And so I think this is something that I could definitely keep just as a souvenir. It won't have any value over face, but let's take a look at it. This Sally Ride one, so these 2022 quarters, 21 post is what I like to refer them as, the women quarter series. People have looked for errors here as far as doubling and also just um, die cracks and those types of things. I think this one had some type of comet type thing in the back here. And so anyway, I don't see it here, but there are some errors here to be found. And people like searching for them. I'll keep that and take a look at it later. This one is a national park quarter. I'm going to keep that. I like the Hawaii volcano ones. I'll see if it upgrades my book. This is it's a cool Grand Canyon National Park quarter. I'll check that against my book as well. Pretty nice shape. Also a Guam War in the Pacific quarter. The other thing I like to check for in these, there were W minted quarters, and so I found one out of the many rolls I've looked through, so I'm pretty happy about that. They do sell on eBay for $15 to $20, so definitely keep a lookout for those W minted quarters. I'm not sure of the date range. I think it's 2019 to 2021, but yeah, those are very rare, and that's because they were minted. Not many of them were minted, so go through these real quick. So we've got the Samoa bat quarter, which is always cool. People have reported die cracks in here in the eyes, other inconsistencies. I like to just take a look at the bat, see if there's anything different about, or anything that stands out. Main things I look for are doubling, but there could be other errors that you could see on these. So I'll set that to the side. We got a West Virginia D, so I think I have that. I'm going to keep it. Discard pile. All right. Keep going here. This is a D. Great Riverway. So that one I think I have. So I'm going to keep that to the side. I just want to see some variety, and I think that's the good thing, is that my bank that I go to does have quarters from all different eras, so I like that. It's a nice 95, but I've got quite a few of those. So. A 91 as well. It's a 91P, but I think I've got that. Got a few of those. So here's the 93. So this one had some coloring on it, but I'll check for the error on the back, on the reverse there. 89 looks in pretty good shape, but I've got quite a few of those, so put that to the side. I put that in the discard pile. This is a nice 9090, nice 1990 D, and I think I'll just put that to the side, see if I've got anything better. And this is the new 2023, I believe. Yeah, 2023 quarter. Bessie Coleman. I've heard there's some errors on this one with the plane catching on fire, so I'm going to put that to the side, but I don't see it right now, but I'll put it to the side and check later. Some more Women in Quarters series 2022. So these are great. I like to keep a few nice ones, but I get so many of them that unless there's an error, I just put them back into the discard, go back to the bank pile. Okay. There's 88, not very good. If the quality's not very good of the coin, if it's got a lot of wear, then of course I'm not going to keep it, even if it does have some value or errors or something like that. 97, I'll put back. Let's see, we're almost through here. I'm going to go through. This is another state quarter that's pretty popular. It's the Wisconsin 2004. This is a P too, so I'm going to keep and see if I have that one already in the P mint mark. It also shouldn't have anything extra, but if it does, then it's worth money. Extra leaves growing on the Wisconsin, so I'll keep it, but I don't see anything offhand, but I'll keep it. This is an old 98, so I'll put that back. These Ozark ones I see quite a bit. I'm sorry, the Tall Grass Prairie, which is Kansas. So I've got quite a few nice ones of those. It's 2021. This one here, there's been reports of a lot of different errors on the back of this coin. So I look at these closely. I'll take a look at them again. And also the Kansas coin. So the Kansas has some errors on the back. I think this is the one that says "In God We Rust." So if the obverse has the T missing, then that could be valuable. I'll keep it and keep it for my collection. This is another Park quarter, but I think I have this one. I'll put this back. And another Samoa quarter. This one looks kind of weird. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I've been looking through quarters today, so I will check that out later. And then a New Hampshire state quarter. So I've got quite a few of those. So yeah, I'll definitely keep looking through these quarters, and I'll do a summary report. I think I'll just do a short of the summary report of what I found, and I'll keep looking, update my albums, and then I will get back to you. So thanks for watching. Okay, so we're back, and I went to a different location, but this is what I found on that coin roll hunt, and basically put together kind of my best finds, or the finds that I want to update my albums with. First, I took the newest quarters out and wanted to take those and check for errors. So these are the new 2021 in post women in quarters as well. So I'm going to take a look at those and see if they have any errors, anything valuable with them. I'm sure that there'll be some books that I'll need to order to collect those as well. So we'll take a look at those. The next category were the national parks quarters that came in from 2010 to 2021. I do have a book on that, and so I'll go through my book and upgrade it wherever we could find. Sometimes they're better coins, or I'm just missing them. I've got most of it filled out, so I'll do another video on the quarter books that I have. I have a national parks book and a states book, which was run from 1999 to 2009. And for them, there are also errors in some of these, especially the Wisconsin one that I went over, and also the Kansas one. And so there's other ones that I'm hoping to fill the books, both P and D mint marks in one of my books, and then the other just to make sure it's all filled out. There's also upgraders in here, like the Virginia one that I found, which is really nice. So I'll go and upgrade that, and also check for any errors as well. The 80s, 90s quarters, there aren't too many errors to be had there. There is the 1983 error that I discussed earlier, so I'll be checking my 83 quarters for that, and just seeing if there's any other upgrades in my 90s quarters. Those are usually pretty nice, but I've got so many of them that I usually just return most of them to the bank, unless there's some type of really outstanding error that comes out on these. I usually send those back. And then the 60s and 70s quarters, of course, these are the ones that have the most errors, in my opinion. So there's a 65, the 66, and then the 67, and then the 70s quarters. There's things to look for. And then, of course, in the bicentennial here, those are always good to look at, good to keep. You know, check if they're proofs as well, so there could be silver there. Also checking the 65 if there's silver as well. So those are my favorite quarters to collect. Try to find ones that are in really good condition. BU and above are always good too. And the last bit here is the 64 silver and below pre-64 So 32 to 64, of course, those are very hard to find. I do have books on those, but I usually have to order them online, the quarters online, because there's just not very much out there in circulation. But if I find something, I'll definitely let you guys know. And that's pretty much it for this quarter hunt. I'm going to continue to look through some more rolls at the bank, perhaps get a box, maybe find another bank that has more availability of coins, and then I will go through those with you, and hopefully we'll find some silver and some other good finds as we go along. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.